Give me a link or
Yeah, yeah. I've just asked Colette to help me out with the slides because no matter how hard you practice or how long you practice, you still feel a little bit nervous, and that's mainly because the message that I have to share with you is really important to me, and I don't want to miss anything else out. So you guys are important to me right now. So I'm grateful for the opportunity that MUV Talks has given me. Oh, just back to the slide. Yeah, sorry. Um, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to come and talk to you tonight. And as I was reflecting on the experiences that I've had thus far, I quickly realized that even though I haven't fully realized my vision just yet, I still feel successful. And that's the idea I want to focus my talk on. Yep. So on the next slide, what I want to take... Sorry, I put him on the spot. What I want to do is take you back to the very first day that I started my entrepreneurial journey. And it was about 5 months ago. And this is a photo in my room. And what's behind me is the plan that I had for the first 6 months of this year. And I was really excited, and I was just so happy to be on this journey. But little did I know, fast forward to just last month, I wasn't even sure if this path I was on was still worth pursuing. And I knew it was going to take a lot of work, and I thought things would happen quite quickly, but it has taken its time. So how did I know the path was still worth pursuing? I like to think of the journey as a little bit like jumping hurdles. I chose this image because I'm looking forward to the day when I'll be able to look back on the hurdles that I have had to jump over to be able to realize my vision. One of the hardest things about being an entrepreneur is not knowing what you don't know. And I had to talk to a lot of people who were experts in their field in order to better understand the problem I was trying to solve. That process took a lot of time. And there was a day where I was really, really frustrated because everything wasn't going according to plan. And I came to the realization quite quickly that I needed to do something about that feeling, and I needed to overcome it. So I started sharing video posts on my social media and LinkedIn about the journey and the things that I was learning. And that was mainly because I thought to myself, okay, if I can't create impact right now with my business, maybe I can do it in a different way. And that's what I did. So the videos did quite well, but nothing changed really drastically in my business. But the response to the videos encouraged me to keep going and push myself. The biggest hurdle was during my 100-day review presentation with the Hatch program, and that's led by Pacific Business Trust. And their whole aim is to help young Pacific people be able to develop and grow their idea. And so I felt a little uneasy because I wasn't at all where I wanted to be. However, I presented to the judges, and after the presentation concluded, I felt the intensity of the moment subside. And my thoughts and my feelings started to come back to me, and I realized the impact of the vision I had presented. It was at that moment that I knew I was where I wanted to be. I learned that in order to know something is still worth pursuing, you have to put it out there. As scary as it is, you have to put it out there, and it takes a lot of hard work. It's funny because you think things would have become easier for me, but of course, no. New challenges came, and I'm working through them right now. This is a really short talk, but I would like to end by sharing 2 more stories that inspired me. My family. So that photo was taken about 2 weeks ago at my brother's wedding, my little brother. I'm the oldest in my family, but I'm the shortest, so everyone thinks I'm the youngest. But my dad there, who's in the red suit jacket, he's a self-employed mechanic ever since I was born. He's always worked for himself. And as kids, as we grew up and kind of learned to understand a little bit better, we started helping him with the business. But when I got my first job outside of that, I was satisfied that life was good for me because I was making money. But that's what I want to highlight at this point in my talk, is that business was always around me. But when I chose to go back to university in 2015, I came across Velocity, as Colette said, and Velocity is the University of Auckland entrepreneurship program. And I decided, I had nothing to lose. Might as well just give it a go because it was free. But it was there that I was exposed to entrepreneurship. And then my mindset started to change. And I started to think differently about business. And it really opened up my world and really opened me up to new opportunities that I didn't think was possible in my life. When I first heard the word entrepreneur, I used to think, oh, it's someone who wears a suit and makes money. But now, with my new mindset, I describe an entrepreneur as someone who is proactive, makes meaningful change, and really just chases their dream. And that inspires me. And finally, who can tell me who this is? No? Just a Google? Okay. Well, that's okay. I just wanted to see if anyone knew who he was. But there's a point. But this is Gary Wilkinson, and he is one of my role models. He is an American basketballer who came to New Zealand to play for the Breakers team. And I'm not really interested in basketball, but I heard him speak once to a group of young people, and he told us his story. He told us that he dropped out of school at age 16 and wasn't really living a life that was leading anywhere. And so one day, a few events happened, of course, but one day he decided to fix that and turn his life around, and that led him to basketball. But at the time when I heard him speak, he was at the end of his basketball career, and he posed this question to us. Do you think that being a basketball player was all I was meant to do here on earth? For him, the answer was no. At the moment, he is studying at university back in the US to become a judge so that he can help young kids not go down the path that he went. Now, his story inspired me because he is the perfect example to me of someone who is always seeking to reach their full potential. I asked at the beginning if anyone knew who this was because I wanted to make the point that not all successful people are known to us, but also that success is really what we make of it. So, just with the next slide, I want to encourage you to reconsider how you answer this question. And the previous speakers have touched on it really well, but be more open to how you define success and also at what point of the journey it comes. And to always remember, and this is a quote that MUV Talks shared with me on my last slide, is that great innovators don't fear failure, they embrace it and learn from it. And thank you for sharing this moment with me.
Thank you. Awesome.